I'm going to show you how you can set up this make.com scenario that will scrape local businesses from Google Maps, retrieve their emails, and then make them a personalized message using Claude with this make.com scenario. So as you can see here, we have a scenario that first uses Appify to get the local businesses. Then we use Outscraper to get their emails. And then we go through their website using a HTTP request, formatting that HTML, sending it to Claude and asking it to make us a personalized message for a cold email. And then we are putting all this information into a Google Sheet, as you can see right here. Okay, so we will start off with making a new make.com scenario. So you need to go to make.com, create a new scenario, and then we need to start off by using Appify. And we need to tell it to run an actor. Now, Appify is this really nice website where you can basically connect to many different APIs. So if you head over to appify.com and you go to the console, see if I get my camera back here. There we go. Head over to the console, and in here you can find the store. And in the store you can find or search for Google Maps extractor. And as you can see, there are a lot of extractors for Google Maps, but we will just use the most popular one. And you can basically scrape this from Appify. So if you say that we want to scrape realtors in Miami, or where are we going? Memphis, Florida. Memphis is in Tennessee, right? Tennessee. I think it is in Tennessee. Doesn't really matter. You can just write Memphis. And then we can search the top 3 places on Google Maps in Memphis for realtors. Save and start. So you will get here 3 results for realtors in Memphis, and that is what we're going to do in make.com, but it's just important that you do this here so you don't have to copy over the little string of numbers. You can rather just use the Google Maps extractor. It will understand that when you have run this already, when we use the Appify connector. Okay, so there you go. We found 3 realtors with a website, which is super important because that is what we're going to use to get the emails from Outscraper. Okay, so head back to make.com. You need to grab your API key from Appify. You can do that by clicking add here and going to the Appify integrations, where you can find your API token, and you can just copy it from here. Once you've done that, you can head back over to make.com, and we want to grab the JSON that we just used in the run here. Let's just see if we go back over to the actor. We can find the JSON if you click on JSON here besides the manual. As you can see here, this is the JSON that we are going to use. So Control-C, copy that over. And here it is super important that you paste this as a plain text. So paste as plain text. And we also want to run this synchronously. So hit OK. The actor will be the Google Maps extractor, which if you did the run in Appify, you will have this show up here. Click OK. And then you can basically get the dataset items using Appify again. So click get dataset items. And the dataset ID you will actually find down here, default dataset ID. And then you can say OK, and we can try to run this once to see how it goes. So this was a maximum of 3, I think. So we will see if you find those 3 companies. There we go. Okay, let's see what output was. As you can see here, we have a bundle of the first one being Bluff City Realty, with a website right here, and the next two bundles should also have a business name and a website. All right. So the thing we can do now is we can actually connect this to Outscraper. So if you search for Outscraper, and you can do Outscraper and then do the emails and contact scraper. You also need to connect to your Outscraper here by going to outscraper.com and finding. You can go to outscraper.com and find your API token, which I needed to blur out right now. And then you can go back to your make.com scenario. And here you can paste in your Outscraper API token and click save. And then we need to add the website for the Outscraper to scrape the emails. So let's find the website. There's the website. We can click OK. Now we need to run this once to get the JSON output that we get from Outscraper, because we're going to use this later for when we are going to add this in our Google Sheets. Okay, now we're done. Let's see what Outscraper returned. From operation 1, we got the emails right here. So they're in emails. And the value here is the first email. For the second operation, we got external emails and emails, which we're going to handle later. And for the third one, we also got both external and internal emails. So the next thing we're going to do is actually connect this to the HTTP and make a request. Because we're going to make a request to the URL that we got from Apify. Now we're going to scrape all of the data from the website. So we make a request, now we'll get all the HTML from the website, and then we're going to parse that using a text parser. There we go, HTML to text, that's what we're going to use. And the HTML is what we get from the data from HTTP request. Hit OK. And the next thing we're going to do is connect this to Claude. So Anthropic, create a prompt. And then we want to use the cheapest version, which is this one. And max tokens can be 1,000. We need to create our prompt. For the system message or the assistant message, we can say that you will receive the text from the HTML of a website for a business. Writes one super personalized sentence for this business, which will be used in a cold email. And say important, only return the sentence. And then the message needs to be role user. And then the content here can be something like it needs to be a text, and then this is the text for the company called, and then we can use the company that we got from Apify called, which is the title. And then we need to send the text which you got from the text parser. So there you can click OK. And now what we can do is that we can actually send this over to Google Sheets. So we have a Google Sheet here where we can say that we want to display the business name. Then we want to display the website. And then we want to have the email and the personalized message that we get from Claude. Okay, so for the business name, well, first of all, we need to say that we need to have a router, because the thing is, sometimes we need to have a condition here which says if we get the email, here we go, if this email exists, if the email exists, there we go, then we can use this email to write into Google Sheets, and I will show you how to do that. So you need to add a row, and you can need to connect to your Google Sheet. Find this Google Sheet that we just made. Mine is in tutorials, and it is called Realtors in Memphis. So the sheet name was Arc 1, which is sheet 1 in Norwegian. And for the content headers, so the business name will be, again, let's just put myself over here. The business name will be the title again, and the website will be the website which we got from Apify. The email will be the email value, because we know now that we have the email if we go this way in the router. And the personalized message is the content dot text that we get from Anthropic. Okay, now this is okay, click OK. Now we need to say for the second one, this can actually just be a fallback, because we do not need to check whether we have the external email. It will just anyways send the data or add the row, because if we do not have the external email, it will just not write anything in the email column, which is fine. If you did not want to add rows whenever the email is not there, you need to have a similar filter as I used here previously, just for an external email. So the filter now can just be set to a fallback. So type yes here and then click OK. Now we need to again do the same thing, connect to Google Sheets, add a row, then find your sheet in tutorials, and then it was the Realtors in Memphis. And the sheet name was Arc 1. Okay, and the headers, again, the business name was title, website was website, email. Now the email needs to be the, as you can see here, we do not yet have an external email. Okay, so it seemed like what I need to do was actually just run this once, and after you run it once, you will find the external emails right here. And then we can say that if we have this is not the way to do it, if you click on the external emails and you get the value, again, you need to, not again, I will show you, I forgot to do it on the last one, and then I did it while not recording, so I'll do this now, and then say get the first email of external emails. Okay, so we need to do the same thing for the first one here. As I've done, you just write get, and then the first part of the parenthesis, and then 1, and then the second part of the parenthesis, click OK. And then you can run it once again. Okay, so now we ran it again. So let's see what we got in the Google Sheets. Okay, so here you can see we first got the business name, and then we got the websites, and then we got the emails. We got, let's see again, we got 2 internal emails and 1 external email. And then we got some personalized messages from Claude. So let's see what they said. Read an association of TN LLC would be honored to manage your Memphis area rental properties and help you maximize your investment potential. Okay, so the prompt was not too good, but this is something you can just edit later. So that's basically how you both find businesses, scrape the website, and use Claude to write a personalized message, all from one make.com scenario. If you have had any troubles doing this, please comment down below, and I will answer any questions there. And if you liked the video, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.